What's going on, you guys? I'm as always Mr. Grimreaper 2, and welcome to another edition of Rip from the Silverscreen. Tonight, me and Dark Knight is we're gonna be talking about the 2006 remake to The Hills Have Eyes. Now, The Hills Have Eyes originally was directed by Wes Craven in 1977, I think.
Right.
Let me see.
Yep, you right?
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure. All right. And Wes Craven, by the way, is a producer in this, along with Peter Locke, Mariana Maddalena, and Cody Swag. This film is directed this time by Alexandra Aja, and it is also co-written by him as well. Okay, so the film is, so we're gonna go through the plot like always, and we're gonna tell you our thoughts on the remake for Hills Have Eyes. So, okay, so the film opens up with a group of scientists searching for the New Mexico desert who are killed by a mutant named Pluto, played by Michael Bailey Smith. Later, Bob Carter, played by Ted Levine, and his wife Ethel, played by Kathleen Quinlan, are traveling from Cleveland, Ohio to San Diego, California for their silver wedding anniversary. With them, their children, Bobby, played by Dan Bird, Brenda, played by Imelda Raven, and Lynn, played by the voluptuous Vanessa Shaw. I love her so bad. Anyway, sorry. Lynn's husband, Doug, Doug, played by Aaron Stanford. Lynn and Doug's baby daughter, Catherine, played by Maisie Camilleri Souza, I don't know. And their two German shepherds, Beauty and Beast. At a gas station in the desert, they meet an attendant named Jeb, played by Tom Bauer, who tells them of a shortcut through the hills. Not long after taking the supposed shortcut, their tires are punctured by a hidden spike strip. Doug and Bob go look for help while the rest of the family stays behind. Beauty escapes from the trailer, and when Bobby chases her into the hills, he finds her mutilated body cut open. Frightened, he runs and falls, knocking himself unconscious. A young female mutant named Ruby, played by Laura Ortiz, finds him and protects him from her brother Goggle, played by Ezra Buzzington. As Doug heads towards the interstate, he finds a huge crater filled with numerous abandoned cars and other items. Meanwhile, Bob arrives at the gas station, which appears to be open yet isolated. Yet inside, he finds news clippings detailing various disappearances that have occurred in the area, and realizing the attendant purposely led them to danger by suggesting they take the shortcut. He also finds a severed ear and flees from the station. Outside, he finds a hysterical Jeb who commits suicide in front of him. Bob then attempts to flee in an abandoned car, but is attacked by mutant leader Papa Jupiter, played by Billy Drago, and dragged into the mining caves by Jupiter. Jupiter's eldest son, Lizard, played by Robert Joy, and Pluto. Bobby returns to the trailer but does not mention Beauty's death, not wanting to frighten the rest of the family. Doug also returns after having no luck finding help. As they settle down to go to sleep, a panicked Bob begs Doug to help him find Bob after telling him about Beauty and claiming we're not alone. Later that night, the family is awakened by Bob's screams, and they all rush from the trailer except for Brenda, who stays with the baby. Outside, they find Bob being crucified on a tree and frantically try to save him, but to no avail, because he gets burned alive by these motherfuckers. Meanwhile, Pluto and Lizard use the distraction to ransack the trailer. Lizard beats and rapes Brenda. When Lynn returns to the trailer, she is greeted by Lizard and Pluto, and is forced to let Lizard drink from breasts while her baby is held at gunpoint. Sick bastards. When Ethel returns, she is shot immediately by Lizard, and Lynn then stabs him in the leg, prompting him to shoot Lynn in the head. Lizard and Pluto then flee with a baby after Lizard attempts to shoot Brenda with an unloaded gun. After warning her, "I'll be back for you," Doug and Bobby then return to the trailer and discover Lynn and Ethel, who died shortly afterward. Goggle, who is watching the family from afar with a bunch of binoculars, is killed by Beast. Good. Because I hate that son of a bitch, who tears his throat the fuck out. The next morning, Doug sets out to rescue Catherine, taking Beast with him. During his search, Doug comes across an abandoned nuclear testing village and is knocked unconscious by Big Mama, played by Ivana Turchetto. Upon awakening, he escapes in an ice box filled with human body parts and continues his search, only to encounter Big Brain, played by Desmond Askew. After Big Brain tells him the mutant's origins, Doug is attacked by Pluto, who beats him and severs 2 of his fingers with an axe. Pluto almost kills Doug, but Doug manages to gain the upper hand while Pluto is distracted and kills him with his own axe. Outside, Doug kills the mutant Sis, played by Gregory Nicotero. Of course, you know, he's the same guy behind Walking Dead. And continues to search for Catherine. After ordering Lizard to kill Catherine, Big Brain is mauled to death by Beast. He's a son of a bitch. Thank God that big bitch went down hard. Lizard takes a cleaver and prepares to kill Catherine, but finds that Ruby has taken her and replaced her with a piglet. Doug sees Ruby running through the hills with Catherine and pursues her. Meanwhile, back at the trailer, Brenda and Bobby discover their mother's body missing and check it to find Papa Jupiter eating her. They lure him towards the trailer and prepare an explosive trap, which destroys the trailer, apparently killing Papa Jupiter. Doug catches up with Ruby, but before she can return Catherine, Lizard attacks him. Lizard and Doug fight, and Lizard is presumed dead. Ruby then gives Doug his daughter back, and Lizard, who is still alive, aims a shotgun at Doug. In order to save Doug, Ruby tackles Lizard off a cliff, sending them both falling to their deaths.
Wow.
Bobby and Brenda find that Papa Jupiter managed to survive the trap, and Brenda finishes him off. They are then reunited with Doug, Catherine, and Beast. After the survivors of the Carter family embrace, an unknown mutant watches them through binoculars from the hills, setting up the sequel. So, yeah, that is the 2006 Hills Have Eyes. Okay, so now let's talk about this and stuff like that. I hated the fucking mutants. The only one that I think that I actually liked was Ruby. Because at least she was trying to protect the kid, the little girl, and stuff like that. But I Papa Jupiter is a piece of shit for what he did, and I think they all deserve to die. So,
of course.
And it's funny too that it was really funny too that they got. I think they kind of changed it up a little bit because I do remember this one, but I've never seen the original one, by the way. So that's why I'm doing this. I've never seen the 1977 one, but I know it's very different from. I know that this one is very different from the original film from 1977. But there was some things that I liked, some things that I didn't. With this one. With the remake, they changed up the how the mutants look.
Yeah,
they made them more horrifying than the original film did. The one scene that I think was hard to watch was when the two fucking mutants go into the trailer, and one of them is raping the girl and stuff like that, and the other son of a bitch, the other bastard, has fucking a gun on the baby, on the little girl, Catherine. But I was so happy these motherfuckers got theirs in the end. The father, I wish they. I think in the original one, if I remember correctly, I think in the original one, Jeb. I think it was Jeb. I don't really remember any of the original characters from the original. They changed some aspects of the original for this one. Like, I think that in the original film, if I remember right, the guy was telling them not to go into the into the hills.
Exactly. The guy's name was Fred. In the original, the guy's name was Fred, and it says here he urges them to stay on the main road.
Yeah, but why is it in this one? Why is it in this one the son of a bitch tells him to go into the fucking hills? I don't get it. I don't get it neither. So it's just it's freaking stupid that they're gonna go in there, that they changed that up the way they did. But I'm trying to think, what else did they change? Was it still did they change the name of the dogs, or is the dog still the name of the dog still the same?
The dogs are the same name in the original as well.
Okay.
Another thing I noticed as well about the original and the remake was, in the remake, the guy, Jeb, is what they changed it, he actually killed himself. And this one, Fred tried to, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So that's another from the original and the remake.
Yeah, why did Jeb kill himself? Why did he kill himself in this one? When the original one didn't, the original one stayed alive. You know what I mean? So that's the difference between this one and the original.
Oh. And he does get killed in the original by, of course, Papa Jupiter in the original. But in the remake, as we saw, the guy just kills himself. But in this one, the original one, he stays alive, but he's killed by Papa Jupiter. So yeah, that's a big difference there.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Was there anything else that they changed according to the original one, or was everything still the same?
Let's see.
Because I'm trying to remember if they changed anything else in this one.
Let's see. Attack that cars and hit boom. Doesn't say here. It doesn't say about a rape scene here. Obviously, I don't see one.
Oh, so yeah, they did change something then. So if the rape scene wasn't in the original, so they added it for this one.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm thinking. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to remember. Was there anything else that they changed? Could they have changed in this one from the original? Because I don't think Ruby was in the original. Was she or no?
Ruby?
Yeah. The little girl mutant.
Excuse me. Oh, even Elder Lynn. Husband of Lynn. No, I don't see no Ruby.
Oh, so they did change it up. Okay. Alright. I'm trying to remember. What else was there? Okay, so Papa Jupiter is in the original.
Yeah, Mama's in the original.
What about Lizard? Is he in there? So he's a new character. Okay.
Yeah, he's a new one.
Was Pluto in the original?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so we're looking at Lizard. I think Goggle is a new character. I could be wrong.
Goggle, yeah, he's not in the original either. Yeah, Goggle's a new character.
Ruby is a new character.
Yes.
And Cyst. I don't know if Cyst was in the original. Or...
No, he's not. No, Cyst is a new one too.
Okay. And I think Big Mama would be a new character, right? Too.
Well, they have a character played by Cordy Clark as Mama. They don't call her Big Mama; they call her Mama.
Oh, so it's a take on the original. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I guess so. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, they did change a lot, quite a bit actually, because there's some newer characters in this version than there was in the 1977 version. What did you think of the story aspect between this one? Between this one and the one from 1977.
Well, you can tell they try to do some of the similarities in the original film, but like I said, and when we talked about was that there's some new characters, different characters that are in this new reboot in the original. So, wow. The fact that they changed the stuff so much, and they thought, okay, so in the original film, they thought about a place owned by a guy named Fred.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, Fred does not kill himself. He tried to, but he didn't, and he ended up getting killed by Papa Duper. But in this remake, the guy his name is Jeb, he ends up killing himself. So yeah, they really changed the landscape in this reboot of the original film. It's like telling a whole different story. You know?
Yeah. I think they tried newer stuff. I think they tried to incorporate newer stuff into the newer version of Hills Have Eyes. I think they tried to do what they needed to do with this. The director, Alexandre Aja, is very different. His style of directing is very different of that of Wes Craven. Especially with how the shots are involving the different shots that you see in the film. But I think he did a pretty good job. You know, he tried to do this whole thing. I think Alexandre Aja was trying to incorporate his own version of Wes Craven's film into this newer version. But did it work? Kind of, sorta did. The character that I like, and like I told you guys, the character that I like in this one and more is Ruby, the mutant character from the mutant side, the mutant family. Because I thought she was trying to protect this family as hard as she could from these other sick, demented motherfuckers. The difference between this one and the other one is, as Knight put it, there's a rape scene in this one when they go into the trailer, when the mutants invade the trailer. But in the other one, I think the same thing kind of happens, but there's no rape. There's no rape in the original. They just go to the trailer and just start killing everybody. The whole thing with Jeb telling them to go into the hills, but in the original one, Frank is trying to tell them, hey, don't go into the damn hills because there's some shit going on that you need that. there's some shit going on in there. You know what I mean? So, so was this any good? Yeah, in a way, it was. Very different from the original one, though. Very different from the 1977 version. But I think, as I said before, I think the director tried his own brand, his own way of trying to tell the story. There was some misses. There was some hits and there was some misses too in this version. Did Beauty die in the original, or was it No, it was.
It was. I think it was Sam. Yeah. Let's see.
Because I hadn't really seen the original one all that much. I just know this one, the 2006 version. But
Beauty runs off the hill. Yeah, Beauty runs off to the hill. Bob chases after her and Amelia body. Yeah. Like in the original, Beauty died. Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure because
no problem.
This movie kind of confuses me a little bit because I don't know which. Because I know of the 1977 version. I just never seen it. The only one I've seen, I've seen this one, and I've seen this remake of Hills Have Eyes, and I've seen the remake. I think they made a remake of part 2, if I remember correctly.
I believe.
I think Wes Craven directed the original part 2 for Hills Have Eyes. I know they made the remake for it. I think it was 2007. I think they made
That part 2 is at the end.
So yeah, So what did you think of the movie overall, man, when you watched it?
Well, this remake here, dude, I gotta admit, it freaked me out. I gotta admit that. I've never seen, and I know what cannibalism is. That's humans eating other meat. That's what cannibalism is. But
Yeah.
the way they're doing it here in this movie, no, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think Papa Jupiter's a bastard.
Yeah, definitely.
In both the original and this one. Even the newer characters, like I said, the one that I liked better was Ruby. I liked her better than any of the other mutants. I think Big Mama deserved getting killed for what she did. Goggles. I think that's his name, right?
Goggle.
Yeah, Goggle. He deserved it. He deserved the shit because of the shit that he did. But yeah, I think me and Knight would agree that this film deserves a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
There was some things there was some hits and then some misses and all that. But was it still a good movie? Yeah, it was. It was okay. It was a good movie. So, but I think that I think that it deserves a 9 out of 10. Still a good movie. Still an alright movie. Even though they kind of changed some stuff from the original film.
Yeah, they did.
But yeah, let us know in the comment section down below what mutant character did y'all like from the original and this one. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'm Mr. Grimreaper 2. He is Dark Knight 987, and we'll see you on the afterlife. Peace.